Ayo, this is Dash, and this is gonna be a rather easy, might not be a quick cook, but it's gonna be an easy one. All right, so I am here at the restaurant depot, getting ready to go inside. I was actually out, I had a doctor's appointment. While I was sitting at the doctor's appointment, I got a call from someone who wanted some pulled pork. Okay, cool. When do you need it? She's like, tonight at 8. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's not gonna work. She said, well, is there any way you can get it to me tomorrow morning? Well, the way my smoker is set up, I'm like, sure, I can run it overnight. That shouldn't be a problem. Can I bring it to you first thing in the morning? She said, yes. Great. So now we're headed inside the restaurant depot. I need to get some pork, and we're gonna be using Vicky today because it's gonna be an easy, short cook. Well, an easy cook. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the pulled pork. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so I'm done in the restaurant depot. That was simple enough. So at this point, I'll see you guys when I get back home. I'm gonna get the smoker fired up. I told you I'm gonna be using Vicky, so I'll get Vicky fired up. I'll go through an in-depth tutorial on how I get Vicky fired up with some wood and some charcoal, and then, come on, let's go. I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey, yo, this is Dash. Get ready. All right, so I'm back home, and I am standing in front of Vicky. In case you don't know, she is my insulated vertical smoker. I'm going to use Vicky today, and I'm going to do those pork shoulders you saw me get. So I'm going to get it started. First thing I always do is start getting water inside the smoker. So let's get the shelves moved around so I can get the water started. For those of you who always ask or wonder why I wear gloves all the time, that was just for me moving the racks. All right, I gotta go get some charcoal. I don't have any lump charcoal out here. I used it all last time I used Bernadette. So I'm gonna go run and grab some charcoal. I'll be back, and I'll show you how I get it loaded. So, some of you astute watchers will notice the door came off. Well, the smoker got so hot that the hinges seized up on me and they broke. So in order for me to get the smoker open, I had to do this. I had no plans on using the smoker this weekend. I actually had plans on fixing the smoker, but to use it, make money, or to fix it. Yeah, I'll use it. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Now, this is my charcoal basket. I have a piece of expanded inside of the charcoal basket, and what I do is I put the expanded at an angle, like 45 degrees, so that I can focus more of the charcoal in the basket. This is gonna be probably a 6 to 8 hour cook in the smoker here. So it's fine for me to just go ahead and load it up halfway, and that's what I'm gonna do. First things first, always put a piece of wood, a split down at the bottom. Now usually I'll put charcoal briquettes, so the Kingsford briquettes down at the bottom. I'm not gonna worry about that today. I'm gonna just put the Western, okay? Hardwood lump charcoal. I got this for 10 bucks a bag from Walmart. 30-pound bag of charcoal for 10 bucks. Cannot beat that with this stick. typically, whenever I put the briquettes down first, people ask me why I do that. And the reason why I do that is because the lump charcoal can have some small pieces that will just fall through like they did. And I have a pile of lumps to clean up off of the floor. When I put the briquettes in first, the briquettes will catch a lot of those smaller pieces and won't allow this to happen. I had someone ask me, how do I know when the tank is empty? That's how you know. All right, water's full. I just realized something. I don't have to go get another tank. I have this guy sitting here. Now, my charcoal is rolling. One thing you have to be careful about lump charcoal, it burns hotter and faster than charcoal briquettes. So, with that being said, I will not open up the intake near as much as I would if I were burning solely briquettes. I'm gonna leave the door open for a moment. Let's get the firebox door back on. It'll be easy enough to fix. The good thing is all I need is a 1/4 screw down at the bottom, and I need to cut these hinges off. For whatever reason, after cooking, I was unable to get a grease zerk on here any longer, and I kind of just didn't think much of it. But the heat from the firebox actually cooked all of the grease that was in the zerk, or grease in the hinge, out, and I learned my lesson the hard way. Definitely make sure you grease your zerks on your hinges. All right, so at this point, I'm gonna leave the intake wide open. I'm gonna go inside. Actually, I'm gonna eat lunch. After I eat lunch, I'm gonna season the pork. Once I get the pork seasoned up, I'll come back out here, put it on the smoker in about a half an hour, 45 minutes. It'll be semi-ready. Problem is, I got this last minute call for this order, and I've got other things I have to do today. So I have a baseball game to go to with taste tester number 2. So I will be, like I said, I'll be back out here in probably half an hour, 45 minutes. As soon as I finish putting the pulled pork on, I'll take him to his baseball game, and this thing will go unattended. She can run unattended for hours at end or on end. So I'll see you guys back out here once I get the pork seasoned. Whew. All right, so as you can see, I'm back out at the smoker. I'm going to throttle this down so that it's not as hot or won't run away. Now, I'm going to get my grates situated. We're only going to use 2 grates today. All right, so I have my pork shoulder. Unfortunately, I can't touch the camera right now. But so my pork shoulder, I'm gonna go ahead and get this situated. I'm gonna put the bigger pieces of pork, the bigger pieces are obviously gonna take longer, so I'm gonna put them higher up in the smoker. The smaller pieces, I'll put them a little lower, and I'll just get to it. Okay, so due to a slight error by myself, the footage of me putting this in the smoker might have been lost. The bigger pieces of pork shoulder I put up top because obviously the heat's coming down. I want them to cook faster or as fast as the smaller pieces. So I'll be back
later that same evening.
All right, just got back home from the baseball game. Unfortunately, number 2's team had to forfeit the game. They didn't have enough players today. And they scrimmaged. They lost their scrimmage. It was like 8-5 or 8-6, something like that. But they lost their scrimmage. But I'm back out in the garage. I'm smelling the pork out here. It smells like it's doing well. And all right, so the shoulders look like they're doing okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get a thermometer in here. Let's see, where do I want to put this? We're gonna go this way. It looks like my temperature, oh, I'm gonna wait for it to come back up to temperature because I opened the door. Obviously it dropped a little bit, but so it's coming back up. It's just crossing back over 200. Let's get this and we'll sync this. All right, so I have my thermometer here, and we'll see. We're getting back up over 200, so we're at, I'm showing 212. It'll probably mellow out at about 250 or so. But you see that right there, that's all steam coming out of the smoker. I have to take number 2 to bingo now, and then I'll come back and babysit this, but it's running just fine, pretty much unattended. So I'll come back out here in another hour or two. Well, I'll get the thermometer, take that in the house, and then I'll monitor it remotely. But you know, one of the great things about Vicky is that she's rather set it and forget it. Once I get the charcoal loaded, get the wood put in there, get the intake adjusted where I need it to, I can walk away for 4 to 5 hours sometimes without even having to monitor or without even having to modify the intake. So I'm gonna just go back in, double check everything before I take him to bingo, and I'll see y'all in a bit.
Tomorrow.
All right, so I know after I got the pulled pork into the smoker, I really didn't show you guys much. That's because there really isn't much to show you. With Vicky runs just like a vertical drum. All you have to do is put charcoal in it, put some water in it, close the door, set the intake, and let it go. When I got back home yesterday, after I dropped my son off at bingo, I went and ran a couple errands. I had to get gas in the wife's van. I went and hung out with my friends for a little bit. It was about 10 o'clock I got back, checked on everything. Temperature was sitting steady at 248 degrees. I said, oh, let me just go ahead and get this pulled down just a little bit. And I took some of the water that was in there out, and then the temperature climbed to 255, 260 degrees. As told by the thermometer that was on the grate with the top thing of pulled pork or pork shoulder. And I let it go for another hour or so, and then I brought it in the house and wrapped it up, put it in the oven. I woke up this morning while I let it finish. Once it finished, I pulled it out of the oven, let it sit on the counter and cool. I got up this morning at 5:30. I pulled it. It is now 6:45, and I am headed to make the delivery. And then once I make the delivery, I don't know, can you guys Nope, can't really see it back there. But let's see. Nah. Can you? Nope, can't see it. Anyway, I have the $50. I have the $50 trailer. Come on, what's going on here? I have the $50 trailer with me. Gonna go and do a special pickup today, but that video is coming later. But I will
use the right 3 lanes to turn slightly right onto West Franklin Street.
I gotta get back to driving.
20 minutes later.
All right, another successful delivery, another job well done. Look at the little girl up there. Ooh, so cute. Where you going? All right, so the delivery went well. Was able to link up and take the pulled pork. She ordered 20 pounds of pulled pork, and what I don't know if I told you guys this. So this lady who ordered from me is a caterer, and she's taking care of, or she's catering a graduation party, and she told them she would do some pulled pork, but she said she didn't feel like doing it, so she hired me to do it. I'll take the couple $100 paycheck for not very much work because of the fact that I was using Vicky, and it wasn't that big of an order. So, but I like when things like that happen. I don't have to do any outward, facing with the customer sometimes. It can be good and it can be bad. Obviously, you want the customer to know that you did the work and not the other lady who is dropping it off. But sometimes it happens, you do contract work. Anyway, thank you guys.
So speed camera ahead.
Thank you. I like that. Oh, look, man, sure enough, there they are. I probably would have been flying right through here. Anyway, thank you guys so very much as always for watching. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. If you like what you saw today, if you learned something, please leave me a thumbs up and a comment down below. Any questions? Comments down below. Anything else? Comments down below. Alright, so I will see you guys next time. And like I said, we have another mission, so stay tuned for that video. Yeah.